Guys, come on now. Would you take this seriously? You're not superheroes. You're a bunch of clowns. This is ridiculous. You're costing us points. You're costing us podiums. And no doubt you're going to cost us wins as well. If you want to be superheroes, then bugger off to Marvel and be X-Men. And I'll get Jennifer Lawrence in. At least she's nice to look at. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. Today we have the Italian Grand Prix. It's the Ferrari Grand Prix, isn't it? Let's be honest. And, well, apologies, this video is a day late. I'm a little bit of a snotty mess. I'm wearing a shirt, so I still got a bit of a fever. Jennifer, if you're watching, by the way. But yeah, we're going to try and get a good result here. Now, lots and lots of talk in the comments on the Discord about the pit crew. It's rubbish. It's so annoying. So I thought, let's just have a look at it. And if anybody can see anything that we can do here to try and fix it, I'm all ears. Now, we've got fatigue way down. Now, part of that, and I've not always done this, you can see the pit stop time is always rubbish. Anyway, if we go to development and have a look at our, you can see the attributes there as well. The other one is a chance of a mistake. So yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't check this regularly. But if we go and have a look at our training schedule, we've been on fatigue reduction for this month. It didn't help us last race, and that was like 2 weeks off before that. I don't know. I don't know why we are so bad. There doesn't seem to be a way that I can see anyway to change the pit crew, or I mean, and that is the training. So I don't. You know, in theory, if you paid them more, maybe they'd be better, but I can't do that. Laurent Mackey's is not rated 95 out of 100. I mean, surely he's not the problem. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know how to fix it. And do we maybe do better drill planning? But I mean, he's still 95. He's still really good. I don't understand. I don't know. I am just out of ideas as to what we need to do to make the pit stops just... Like, even just bad would be fine. We're horrible right now. Bad would be an upgrade. But, yeah, I mean, you can see the rest of our staff there. We're good. You know, our engineers and whatnot are good. I just don't understand what is going wrong here. But anyway, that is our pit crew. So it is the Italian Grand Prix. We are currently 4th in the standings. We are inside the 100 points to Aston Martin. We're trying to run them down. That's my main goal for the rest of the season. We can see the drivers' standings here. We'll go down a little bit. We can see Mick in 7th on 108. Giovinazzi on 99, which is his race number 2, isn't it? Very nicely done, Gio. Pit stops are a disgrace. Still pointless. I've given up showing it after the race, you may have noticed, because we're never anywhere. It's just annoying. It's just frustrating is what it is. Anyway, let's go and have a look here at what we're doing. We've got no new parts on the car, although there was a... Rubens Barrichello holds the lap record still. Let's see if we can break that. 1:21.0. Let's keep that in mind for the race. Yeah, no new parts. So we do have the underfloor, the new underfloors on both cars. It's only on one car, which I think might have been Mick's in the last race. It is an alternative qualifying weekend, so we have the different tyre allocation. What else we got here? Circuit map. So for qualifying, red is Sector 1, blue Sector 2, and yellow is Sector 3. We know it's fast. There's the 2 slow chicanes, and that is pretty much it. Car attributes, top speed and acceleration is what we want. Time considerations. Don't save that much for a virtual safety car stop. Expected strategy is a 1-stop. Compound performance. Now, there's not a huge difference between the soft and a hard tyre. The degradation levels. I mean, you're going straight for the most part anyway, aren't you? So it looks to me on that the medium tyre is probably the better tyre. And yeah, I mean, a medium hard, given that you could probably push a little bit harder as well, is probably the way to go. Historically, Max has won here both years. Denny Rick in 21. What a race that was. But yeah, and Gasly, of course, a year before that. Does throw up some upsets. Monza from time to time. 2 in a row there. Then it's been Verstappen ever since. So maybe the upset age has passed on that one. Let's have a look at our race performance targets. Reach Q2. You would think at Monza, Ferrari would have slightly higher expectations than that, wouldn't you? So let's hope we can do that. Fastest lap, we'll do that. Finishing position of top 4, I'd like to think so. And then we need 2 cars in the top 6 for 2 races, and we need 1 car in the top 6 in qualifying for this one. And that'll give us a little bit of bonus money as well. So that is that. The only other thing actually to update you on is if we go to facilities here, we've had to refurbish the wind tunnel. We can't afford to upgrade it; it's too expensive. But we don't want it being less effective when we're trying to design, especially next year's car. So yeah, let's leave it at that for now, and we'll just do the refurbishment. Yeah, that's it for now. So, confirmation of the weather. There is clear skies. It's going to be a beautiful Italian weekend. So, I'll go do free practice and I'll see you for qualifying. Alright, so free practice is done. Let's have a quick look at how we did here. Now, don't worry again, we've got old engine parts in, and this is obviously a track that is very sensitive to that. So 15th and dead last for Giovinazzi. Not great there, is it? But the good news is that we've nailed Giovinazzi's setup, FP2. We can see here again, we scroll down, again he was last. But he didn't really need to do, he only did 6 laps in this session, and then he didn't actually need to go out in FP3 at all, although I did accidentally send him out, so he did 2 laps and came back in because I'd already put all these qualifying parts in and race parts, so yeah, didn't want an accidental accident. So that's what we've got. I've already done his. We'll go and put Mick in on the good stuff, and yeah, like I say, it's an alternative qualifying weekend, which means hard tyres first. Last time we did this, I don't think it was a particularly good qualifying session for us, was it? So let's hope we can be on the pace here. Alright, so no problem at all. Mick only a smidge off Verstappen for first and Giovinazzi 8th. Now, the reason we did so many laps, if you're keen-eyed, I'm trying to get the toe going, because that's why Mick is so close to Verstappen. I don't want to get us too excited. So I nailed the toe when he was in front. When Giovinazzi was in front, I couldn't quite get it the other way around. So we'll go on to Q2 now, some medium tyres. Sorry guys, I was in my own little universe trying to get the toe and I completely forgot to come back for the lap. So, 5th for Giovinazzi and 9th for Mick. Now, have we lost anybody major yet? Not particularly, not that we're certainly battling with into... although Alonso and an Aston Martin is maybe significant. Alright, let's go and do this final run and I'll make sure I show you the lap this time. Idiot. Alright, we've got some extra time, so we might as well show it here. Giovinazzi is too close to Mick. I've sent him out too close, so this... I should have maybe even aborted the lap, but we'll see how we go. Soft tyre run. We have some extra soft tyres, so we can go again, I think, if time prevails, but I may not. It's a quick lap. Maybe we can, but anyway, we'll see how we go, and Mick, we'll send Mick out in front for the next one. It's only fair to do that, and because realistically, Giovinazzi's the one that hasn't left himself enough space. We've got a car coming up here that hasn't really held us up. Purple for Giovinazzi. He's still going faster than Mick, although I'm not quite sure how. Alright, where we got here? Let's have a look. We are first and second.
Stay negative.
Not the greatest laps, though, I've got to be honest. We were doing 119s before we were on soft tyres. Alright, so here we go now with Mick. Giovinazzi in front. He's a little bit too far back this time. We've really not, despite practicing it so many times through the first 2 parts of qualifying, haven't nailed it either time when it really mattered. Now we're 5th and 10th right now. Now we would expect Mick, he's gone purple in the first sector. We would expect Mick to be the slowest because he was providing the toe for Giovinazzi in the first run. That was sort of, I guess, the whole point of it. Now if Giovinazzi can go faster, that's just going to be almost frustrating. We've gone purple. Whoa, Giovinazzi is actually going the fastest so far. Could we see a Ferrari on the front row at Monza? It's almost got to be, doesn't it? Come on, boys. Can we do off all Ferrari front row? Giovinazzi goes first, Mick goes first, and let's see what Verstappen's got now. Where is Verstappen? Is he on his lap yet? 2 minutes to go in the session. Here he comes now. Well, let's not waste too much time here. Let's go and see if anybody can touch that lap time. Yeah, excellent work, guys. Excellent work. Where is Verstappen? We don't have time to go again. Verstappen is just starting his lap here. There's no way to see his... even if we go on board, we can't see what his lap time is. We have to look up here anyway, don't we? So that's there's no point going around with him like that. He's gone purple. Don't do it, Max. Don't do it. Here he comes around the last corner and he's gone fastest. Oh, Perez has gone second. At least Mick's on the front row. 2nd and 4th, though. That could make for an interesting Monza Grand Prix, couldn't it? Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And, well, come on, let's get a big result now. Alright, so in terms of strategy, the soft medium, I mean, that is just a ridiculous strategy. It's not going to get you anywhere. Do we want to make an extra stop? I mean, it says the estimated... So the estimated lap time, is that faster? So the estimated lap time is actually the same, is it? Or near enough to the same. This is 50... Is that 15 seconds or 15 hundredths of a second? It must be minutes, seconds... Surely, estimated race time 14:05. 14:05. So it's saying it's the same. But I think the problem we have as Ferrari is, do we want to make an extra stop? And almost certainly, no, we don't, because we can't trust our pit crew. So that is that. We will we'll burn the ERS to start with. Try and stay. If we can stay in the Red Bull's ERS and drive away from it from everybody else, then that could definitely help us, couldn't it? So there's obviously room to change as well. But let's go. Let's go get a big result here, boys. All right, welcome back. Here we go. We've got the inside line here as well. If we can get, what we don't need is a crash at the first corner. And there's quite a few soft tyres back there as well. So does that mean there's going to be quite a few... let's get on board with somebody. Does that mean there's going to be quite a few, I wonder, two stoppers? As we've seen Stroll get round the outside of us. Now, he is on a soft tyre, as is Verstappen. In fact, almost the entire field is on a soft tyre. Now, one thing we could do, of course, running the medium early, if that looks as though the soft tyre is the way to go, there is nothing stopping us from doing soft at the end. So we'll keep an eye on particularly Stroll, I think, how he's doing. Because if it looks as though the soft tyre is just the faster way to go, then like I say, nothing stopping us from doing soft after this, except perhaps for the fact we don't have enough soft tyres to do that. Now I'm thinking, I don't know if we do have enough soft tyres to do that. If we were to go to... So yeah, we don't have a new set of soft tyres because we did 2 runs in final qualifying. So we'll see. I mean, they're still relatively new, so it could happen. But I think ideally we probably not want to do that. What sort of life were these soft tyres on? So they're fairly good. Yeah, well, we'll just see, won't we? We'll just see how the race develops. Now, it's only 53 laps. It's a fast lap. It's the distance. If you don't know, and some of you, most of you probably will know, a Grand Prix is a distance, and because Monza is quite a long track, but it's straights obviously, so you get through it quicker. It's not many laps, but it is still a Grand Prix distance. So yeah, it'll tick by pretty quickly. And so far, so good in terms of hanging on to the Red Bulls. We have burnt through our ERS to do that, of course. But we'll see. Well, let's see where this race takes us. Verstappen on a soft tyre. If Perez can hang on to him and we can hang on to Perez, then it's going to be a frustrating one for Max, isn't it? Alright, so annoyingly, Giovinazzi has lost the back of the train and is dropping away to the point where he's going to fall behind Ocon here. Now, that's maybe not a bad thing, because on a soft tyre, what sort of times is Ocon doing? It might be a way to kind of drag us back up to that front group. But, yeah, once he dropped off, that was it. We couldn't get him back up. You can see we were pushing the tyres a bit more. We deployed, basically, until his battery was empty, because we were trying to charge the battery. So when he got just to within the second, I took that off to make sure he stayed inside the DRS range. But he just lost it. He couldn't go with the pace. So that is disappointing. Mick, on the other hand, is charging his battery, although only topping up. He's conserving fuel right now, conserving tyres. I'm wondering if Verstappen's lack of pace on a soft tyre is down to the fact he's trying to do a one-stop and get the soft tyre to that one-stop. So we'll see. I wonder if we actually do just go full harvest here. But so far, Mick's pace is brilliant. There's no qualms about that. Giovinazzi is troubling, but he often is, isn't he? Now, the one question that I did have, actually, is if we are going to keep our job into next season. Now, the goal was obviously to have all Italian drivers. Now, Leonardo Fornaroli, I should probably show you how he's doing in F2, is basically not good enough. He's coming dead last in the Formula 2 Championship, the only driver not to score a point yet. Do we want to put him in a car next year in place of Mick Schumacher? My thought is that the series is proving to be challenging enough. Multiple cars have crashed and Giovinazzi's one of them.
I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
Giovinazzi. I mean, can we take Giovinazzi out? Can we just pretend he's not Italian? I mean, he's just got to learn. I wonder who gets the penalty for that. He's on the inside. Yeah, we'll find out, I suppose.
You have a problem?
Yeah, we do, mate. You're absolutely rubbish. Alright, so I guess we go into a hard tyre and then we'll go onto another medium at the end. He doesn't have any time penalties yet. front wing has minor damage, so do we replace that while we're there? Possibly we do. We'll wait and see. If it's not under a safety car, maybe we just leave it. He's got suspension damage as well. Honestly, mate, we don't need to see it again, Crofty. So he's down to last. The good news, I suppose, is that he will be able to drive with confidence through the floor as well. He'll be able to push because
Let's push.
he doesn't actually need to come into the pits, does he? He doesn't actually need to come in.
Just look after this tyre set, though. Look after it.
So, to give credit where it's due, Ocon has taken the penalty for that one. So, yeah, he's a little bit unlucky, is old Gio. Doesn't get much luck with that pit stops either, does he? So, yeah, I mean, good luck getting out of the racetrack alive, Esteban, taking a Ferrari out when they're running as high as that. But anyway, here's what it is. Alright, so we've got Mick. Perez has suddenly lost all the pace in the world, so Mick is about to drive straight past him. And the issue we perhaps have here is the gap. It's a Stroll and Verstappen. They're actually pulling away from us quite heavily. So, yeah, we kind of need to get this done if you can, Mick, without causing an incident. Please and thank you. We're deploying our battery now. Because we need to get past Giovinazzi. I toyed with the idea of putting him on a two-stopper anyway. I still might. Oh, that's a little bit cheeky, isn't it, Sergio? Oh, apologies, still getting over the bug that I had. That's job done there now. Surely we should get DRS as well. We do. He's doing 25s. He's slow. Now, some of that, I've been told, will be down to driver confidence. So you know what we're going to do? We are going to pull him in here. We're going to try and get some confidence up by telling him to push on, do some quick laps, and then when the time comes, we'll come onto a hard tyre, and then we can either do a soft or medium at the end. We'll see how far we get. So, yeah, his race has been essentially ruined by Ocon. And Mick, he's lost out again to put where it's so frustrating, isn't it? They're running a defensive move on us here. Now, the other thing, of course, is the two in front are on soft tyres. They're not going to last forever. So perhaps a little bit of patience here will work out for us in the end. And we are catching them back up again as well. But Perez is proving to be, yeah, very, very frustrating and annoying here. But he's catching us back up to them, so maybe we live with it for now. And perhaps we just look to charge this battery back up again. Alright, so Max has come in the pits just as Mick gets past Sergio Perez. Now we will get DRS because we had it coming into the parabolica there, so that should stick. And now you see Max coming in there. We've just got to try and run down Lance Stroll in front now. Giovinazzi is we're pushing him on. He's going to come in, as I said, soon-ish. There are pit stops starting to happen. He's going to be coming in the next couple of laps, I think. And yeah, so we'll see. His lap times are better now, but I think we will need to replace the front wing. How much the suspension is the issue, how much the front wing is the issue, it's difficult to know. But Giovinazzi, there we go, gets a move done on Bottas. Still behind Verstappen though, that shows you roughly how far back he is. So yeah, it's a tough one on him. There's not much we can do if he's taken out though, is there? Alright, we're on board with Giovinazzi. We're behind Stroll. Now everybody has now pit at the front except for Mick. Now, there's a lot of cars that have come out, including Stroll and Verstappen on hard tyres, so I'm just trying to get a look at what their lap times are like. We'll probably bring Giovinazzi in. We'll see how this traffic goes. If not this lap, then next lap, I suspect. He's got his confidence coming back up again as well, which is obviously a good thing. Yeah, Mick out front we'll just keep him going as long as he can. Then we'll have the fresher tyres at the end as well. So I wonder if everybody else has already stopped, if maybe we just look to push him on a little bit more. And we don't want to come out so far down with getting undercut or overcut, undercut would be, wouldn't it? So this next lap, we're going to bring Giovinazzi in. He's going to go into a hard tyre. Or do we put him onto a... No, go into a hard tyre. We will basically be pushing that as hard as we can, and then we'll go on to the next one. Oh, we needed to change his front wing too, didn't we? And see if that helps at all. It's going to make a longer pit stop, but It should improve the car for him as well. And yeah, Mick will come in when he needs to, basically. The fact that Verstappen's doing 22s, we are losing a little bit of time to him right now. Hopefully this lap will be a bit quicker. We had quite a bit on the hard tyre. Let's go full attack and we'll just bring him in when we need to. What's this lap for Mick? 24.8. There's an argument to say we come in now, isn't there? Let's see what his lap time's like here. If he's not doing green sectors, then we probably do just need to come in. Excuse me again. There's a lot of other cars coming in, including Giovinazzi. Please, he's had enough bad luck this race already. Front wing off, front wing on. Mick's only doing a yellow sector, so he's not even doing personal best. So we'll bring him in this lap. He will go onto hard tyres as well. And 8.6 with a front wing is not too bad, I would say. Let's see. So he's come out right back at the back again. But there's an argument to say we could keep his tyres alive, but I don't know. This is the problem, I think, with Giovinazzi, is that I don't know with the damage to his car if he's going to be quick. He's got fresher tyres on than a few, though. Let's see how he does. 2.9 for Mick, so that's good. And we'll see what he can do. He's behind Verstappen. Stroll. There's Stroll and Perez. So we're not too far off where we were. And we've got some fresher tyres on the car as well. So we'll be pushing these tyres because we should be able to push them most of the way. And Giovinazzi. We're going to play Giovinazzi by ear, I think, here. What's his lap time? We've not done a flying lap yet. We'll see what he can do, and if he can still make up time on the hard tyre, there might not be a need to bring him in. Yeah. Because realistically, we're just trying to salvage what we can here. 46 seconds, so he's 16 seconds off a point right now, which is Ricciardo. Ricciardo's doing 45. Was he in the pits? A 45? No, he must have been. It's a 45. Is yeah. So he's doing a 23. Let's see what Giovinazzi can do. I'm thinking Giovinazzi's done a 23.5. So yeah, I think the damaged suspension is going to hurt him. I think we've just yeah. We'll see. We'll just have to play that one by ear. Mick, on the other hand, he looks like he's losing a little bit of ground here to the cars in front. He's 4 seconds back. His tyres are quite a bit fresher, so we'll be able to push them harder for longer. But we'll see. Maybe we should have come in a little bit sooner with him. Alright, now Mick has been absolutely flying. He's been catching Stroll and Perez at almost a second, half a second to a second a lap. They're battling, which obviously is helping that. We're inside the DRS now, so what we're going to try and do is charge up our batteries. The goal right now, as I see things, is second. But that doesn't mean I want to let Verstappen get too far away. Now, we are currently lapping faster than Verstappen by a little bit. He's 4 seconds ahead of this battle. So I think we've got enough about us. We're going to try and sit here. We'll keep a close eye on things, obviously. Save tyre, save fuel, charge the battery. And then when the time comes, hopefully these two will run each other into the ground. And then we're just going to go deploy for 2 laps as Giovinazzi gets an overtake done, which is very nice to see. He's up to 15. I'm thinking we might try and just run into the end. There is a Gasly train, as you can see here, which is not too far behind. So if we can... Oh, we can see on the minimap here, there's the Gasly train and there's Giovinazzi. So he's not a mile away from that. And he's currently just conserving a bit of fuel as well. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. But I think Mick definitely has the pace to get P2. We're just going to have to try and make sure that we are smart when we try and get the overtakes done. You can see we've run our tyres down to roughly their level. But we're also right now charging our battery and whatnot. So we'll see how we go. Russell's a mile behind, even though he has the freshest tyres. He's 10 seconds behind us. His tyres aren't that much fresher now. We're just going to be a little bit careful here that we don't lose the DRS. We're going very close, but we've just stayed inside it there. But yeah, I'm going to say cautiously optimistic for Mick. Giovinazzi, let's hope he gets a point. He deserves that, if nothing else, because he was running 5th, wasn't he, when the Ocon incident happened. All right, we are currently alongside Perez, so we're going to make advantage of this where we can, and hopefully with DRS now on Stroll, get past, and then, oh, we've not quite managed to do it. And then we're going to, hopefully anyway, get past and then just go and drive off after Verstappen. Here we go. So that was fairly easy in the end, wasn't it? So we'll go back just to balance on the fuel. And let's see what sort of gap we can pull onto them. Can we get clear in a couple of laps of the DRS? It's a big ask. We might need to go full attack, you know. Because if we don't do it in these few laps, then that's it. We're not going to be able to do it. It might be a good opportunity to try and get fastest lap as well, you know. So we'll keep an eye on things here and see what we do. So we're 0.6 of a second ahead right now. We did a purple final sector. Let's go and break this, so half a second. It's so difficult, isn't it? And it's going to absolutely kill our tyres, but if we can break free of it, we've only done a green first sector, then it is kind of, we can somewhat cruise to the end. Okay, so we've got the second, and this isn't a purple sector. I think we might need to bail on the fastest lap attempt for the sake of trying to save the tyres. And the fuel. We're out of battery anyway. But 1.4 seconds, 10 laps to go, 5 seconds more or less to Verstappen. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. But if we can stay second, keep that gap back to... Giovinazzi's just made a position, I think, hasn't he? He's up there with Lando. Let's try and deploy him and get him clear. And see if he can run down. He's got a 7-second gap to points now, basically. So again, we'll see what Giovinazzi can do. He's got to be a little bit more careful on his tyres. If he can get back to points, that's a top race from him. And again, we'll just keep an eye on lap times here. As long as we're staying quicker than what Stroll is, then we're doing fine. So 23.2, 23.4. Yeah, that's fine. Norris has got back past of Giovinazzi, so maybe we've reached our end goal here. That'll be a shame if that happens, but damaged car, what can you do? Oh, it was going so well. Perez is back into our DRS, and of course he's going to bring Stroll with him, isn't he? So, yeah, that's going to ruin the plans of... put the podium champagne on ice here, perhaps. Yeah, that's extremely frustrating. Giovinazzi, he's not going to score points unless we go soon, so let's just try and get him past Norris. And let's hope Mick can hang on to second here. Because he's done enough to deserve it, I think, but Perez is there, Perez there. Alright, so we'll go back to plan A and try and just sit here and make sure that he's done fastest lap. No wonder he caught us. No need to panic. There's still, as long as we stay second or third, yeah, as long as we stay, sorry, as long as we stay second in the battle, as long as we stay third in the race. Stroll's actually dropped way off, so he's gone. He's a second and a half back of us. So Perez has just absolutely blitzed it for a lap, and yeah. Well, we'll sit here now and we'll try and do a similar sort of thing to him, I think. No need to overtake. Let's just sit here, make sure we stay within DRS, and we'll get him at the end. Alright, so we are coming around for 2 laps to go, which means once we get into turn 1 here, we'll get a full charge of battery, which means we have enough now to get us to the end. So we will be deploying to the end, we'll be pushing the tyres. We're just going to be a little bit careful on the fuel, but it shouldn't be a problem. And Giovinazzi's not going to get back to points. 13th is the best he can do. So, yeah, if we get on the podium, it should still please the board. Obviously, it's disappointing that one car's going to get there, the other car not. But there we go with Mick. He's passed. Now he just needs to go and hopefully get there. Now, Verstappen did run wide at one of the corners, so he lost a couple of seconds. But I don't think it's enough to allow us to catch him. It's going to be annoyingly close, but it's not going to quite be enough. Now, we do, again, just need to be a little bit careful on our fuel here. We should be fine. Let's just into this corner because he's too far back and there's no DRS. Let's just conserve. Hopefully knock us into the positive. There we go. So we finally get to the end there now. And, yeah, well, disappointing. Looks like Giovinazzi's going to lose out to Mick as well, so that's annoying. But there we go. We're within 3 seconds of Max Verstappen. We split the Red Bulls. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because Max has won the race. But a podium, a second place for Mick Schumacher, our honorary Italian. And that is very, very nice indeed. Giovinazzi, it's a race of what might have been for him, isn't it? He was 5th at the time. Would he have been able to, with an undamaged car as well? Let's not forget he's been carrying suspension damage despite making the nose change. Where would he have been? I mean, he went down to 18th with a damaged car, raced back to 13th. You suspect he might have slotted in behind, sorry, in front of those Mercedes for the championship. Would have been very nice. But yeah, can't win them all. And that is the big thing here, isn't it? The constructors' points, we're actually going to lose out, I think, possibly to everybody, because 18 points by one car is not going to outscore. Mercedes have got 18 themselves. Yeah, everybody's got 18 points. So we're kind of, you know, exactly the same position that we were in terms of trying to catch everybody. 18, 18, 18. So, yeah, silly Ocon. Unbelievable. So Alpine scored nothing. We're definitely going to come fourth. I still want to run down Aston Martin, but yeah, we are going to run out of races. That's going to be the next problem, isn't it? So as for the board, they are happy with that. Second at Monza usually does the trick, doesn't it? So yeah, if we can keep getting podiums, that's going to be the key to us being around next season. Let me know what you think. Do we keep Mick instead of Fornaroli? I'll show you Fornaroli here. So if we go and have a look at the F2 Championship and the drivers, all the way down we go. There's Fornaroli. Oh, he's got points now. So he's scored a point. 6 points, so he's last in Formula 2. My thought is that maybe we get him in as the reserve because Gabriele Mini looks like he could be decent, but he's got to do his 2 seasons. So my thought is that we get him in as the reserve driver, train him up. But for next season, we look to re-sign Mick, whose contract is up at the end of this season. Now, obviously, that veers away from our initial all-Italian drivers. But like I say, oh no, he's got a 3-year contract, so he's got another year to go yet anyway. But yeah, that's my thought. I don't necessarily think we ditch Mick, but maybe we leave him for this year. Anyway, let me know what you think. I just think this is proving to be difficult enough without putting in an Italian driver, a second Italian driver that's not really ready yet. But anyway, if you've enjoyed that, one thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. And the next race, is it Singapore next? What is next? I can't even remember. Next is it is Singapore. So that might be an interesting one. One there in real life, of course, did Ferrari last season. But yeah, well, we'll see how we go. Lots of things to hit. Take care.